everyone, welcome to a new live stream. Nice to see you. Hello. A very massive drop for the US market, of course, based on the news of the tariffs over Europe. Now I heard it from our Discord. Hello, Camel Blue, Felix, and Illusion Trays. Nice to see you guys. Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you. All right, we're gonna see what's going on. Where are we heading? Did we top? Basically, we have this scenario already, of course, looking for it to finish exactly as expected in this area in our blue zone. And yesterday I was looking and seeking for that fifth wave, right? And this is exactly what we got today. Of course, now currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finally, so we can count, of course, 5 wave toward the downside, which it opened the possibility, of course, of a bearish scenario, A, B, and a C for a wave 2. And of course, this might be, it might be, of course, a wave 2 and then continuation towards the upside later on. Of course, something has to happen here next as a news. Fundamentally, the same, of course, as it happens today inside this area. And we're looking, of course, for higher prices later on. Of course, we're gonna get a new deal here, between the Europe and US regarding the tariffs and so on. So, this is how the things is gonna work, I think. So basically, I can say that this scenario right now is unfolding. We didn't see a continuation yet for this one, for the alternative one, where we were looking for a wave 4 here potentially. So we got a drop, massive drop, or impulsive. And of course, we're moving toward the downside. Now, of course, there is nothing invalidated yet. The wave 4 can even drop while you are in the white scenario, meaning this one. So our invalidation right now is over there. However, of course, it's very low. Anyway, at this position, we will finish an A, B, and a C, right? So as you can see, it's already very close to the zone that we would like to visit, which is, of course, basically the wave A can invalidate it directly. In this case, you will move up a little bit. And then wave B and a C, of course, continuation for a wave 2, finishing this one and then moving toward the upside. Cool, so this is what I'm looking for. NASDAQ on the lower time frame, we have potentially here, you took the high here, right? So we took the high almost, actually not. It's an 886, which is corrective, A, B, and a C potentially for a wave A, all right? So this is what it might be. Or it can be, of course, A, B, C, 3 waves. And right now you got your wave B and you're moving with a wave C, major one toward the downside. Meaning A, B, C, of course, for a wave A. We're already there, guys. We're already there. So the 1-to-1 Fib level anyway here has been hit and it has been surpassed. And that is a signal that we're not in a corrective wave here. Simple one, we are of course in a bigger one, A, B, and a C, and then of course looking for a wave V. So we're already in the halfway, very fast drop, of course, based on those news. So we're gonna see how it's gonna affect. Let's move to the SPX. Here we go. But first, let me also add the things here. So we are NASDAQ, okay, we start at almost 10 and right now we are at 12 or 13. Okay, so let's see the SPX. Of course, it is dropping. Okay, the SPX is much clearer, guys. It is much more clearer than NASDAQ. It's a very clear impulse from the top. Okay, however, we have finished. If you have realized, we have finished exactly this scenario. A, B, and a C. It ends up with a wave C extended, and we're done. We're there. We almost hit the 0.618, and yeah, it's done. It's finished. So basically, we are in an impulse. We have 5 waves, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So we can read it very clearly, of course, on the SPX here. And we are in a wave 1 here, or wave A, and then B and a C towards the downside. And then we're looking, of course, for a wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 continuation for higher. Okay, so very, very interesting, right? We have a leading diagonal here, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And this can be, of course, only the beginning, right? I mean, it can be double 1, 2, guys. You know, it can be double 1, 2, and then getting 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and then A, B, C, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards the downside. Everything is possible. And of course, we need the time. Yeah, we need the time is very essential for this scenario. Is that the updated time? Yes, updated. So we need the 0.38 as well FIB time, and the 0.38 minimum target 5,500. Very nice number. And then moving potentially towards the upside. Of course, we're gonna reanalyze based on the intensity of this move toward the downside and then pull over. And then of course we're gonna see the 1-to-1 fib level in confluence where it's gonna hit. Yeah. And in this case, of course, we can know where is exactly our target in higher precision. Sorry. So we're gonna see, guys, we're gonna see how it's gonna happen, of course. Basically, I'm still looking right now for this scenario as higher potential. We are in 1-2. Okay, great. So let's take a look a little bit on other stock market, Nvidia and PLTR maybe, and Tesla, of course. All right. Let's move. Oh, before this, we need to check the gold. I think the gold is moving very high, right? So let's check on the gold at 16. All right. So for the gold, I think it should move higher. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. All right. So basically, yeah, we got a clean impulse. All right, there is no doubt anymore. It looks like we're gonna get a new all-time high for the gold, potentially, of course, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now, an impulse finished, and that means if in case you are in 1, 2, let me draw this. If we are in a 1, 2, we have finished a wave 3, 4, and a 5. Not finished, by the way, wave 3 yet. So what I'm looking at, I'm gonna clean up a little bit here. Okay, those are our target. 1.618 is the target for wave 3. We have passed already the 1.27, and obviously, yes, double 1, 2, I think. Yep, 1, 2, 1, ABC for wave 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, very choppy 1, 2, but you have 1, 2. And then you got another one, A, B, and a C for another wave 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very choppy. But yes, it is. It is an impulse towards the upside. So what we are looking at right now, potentially we're looking for this target, 1.618, 3,372. Wave B is also still potential, don't forget, because you have an A, B, and a C. Your wave C can be, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, extended to 1.618. Evidence that we are impulsive, we still need, of course, a 4, 5 in the yellow. Yeah. Once we finish a 4, 5 in the yellow, we're gonna estimate if the wave 5 gonna take the high or not. If you finish the wave 5 under the 3,500, meaning if it finishes somehow like this, you have to expect this is a wave 1, getting wave 2, and then continuation even for higher. Okay, so during the drop of NASDAQ and SPX, we might see, of course, a new high for the gold, and we might see, of course, a full impulse, yeah, meaning full or ending diagonal, but higher potential to be in a full impulse. It depends, of course, but basically, if we get a lower price here, it is very possible that we move for higher. Now, don't forget as well, it can be A, B, C toward the upside, guys. Yeah, so it can be very impulsive. Double impulses as a zigzag, finishing 3 waves down, 3 waves up for a wave B, expanding flat, and then wave C toward the downside. That is a very interesting one. Why? Because in confluence, if you know, yeah, we are in a leading diagonal on the stock market, right? We are looking for a wave 2 as a zigzag. The gold, it might repeat, of course, the same, but to the upside, right? And after 3 waves down, 3 waves up, you might get an expanding flat wave B and then moving toward the downside. The same pattern that we have on the NASDAQ and SPX, it might be, of course, reversed on the gold, which it might unfold an expanding diagonal, if you remember, expanding flat. If you remember, I have mentioned after a very massive strong trend, it's not that easy. It's not that easy that you simply move towards the downside very impulsive. Okay? It is very high potential scenario that you get an expanding flat before you move down. Because an expanding flat reflects how much this market is still strong. Yeah. And it shows, of course, a flat as an expanding because half of the market still think that we're moving for higher, okay, which is gonna happen, but at some point it's gonna, of course, reverse on those traders and moving toward the downside. Targets, I mean, how we can measure this? If you want to measure this for the next days, weeks, I think it's gonna take. This is our wave B expanding flat. Those are the targets. So basically, if we are in a zigzag formation for A, B, and a C, you would like to see exactly this one. Okay. Currently, we're gonna measure both. We're gonna measure both. We're gonna be in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But we have to be careful first that we are not in an expanding flat. So this comes in priority before getting an impulse, right? You have to start from the 3,524, which is a little bit higher from the all-time high, and above it. The higher we go, we have to be much more precautious on the gold. So we're gonna see, of course, how this is going to unfold. I'm gonna keep this scenario there. So wave B, this one that I'm looking for, might be, of course, an expanding flat here, simply expanding. Yeah, and to be an expanding flat, you need a very sharp zigzags. Yeah, impulse, correction, impulse. All right, so basically the gold is moving higher, guys. It's moving higher, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna take the all-time high correctively first, and then we re-estimate. If we get 3 waves corrective, then okay, one more wave toward the upside. Now you have top for the gold potentially, and then moving down again. And then I explained this in the last analysis that what is the possibility to get a 4-5? It was very low. To get one more 4-5 was very low, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna watch this. We're gonna get the high, a new all-time high, but potentially corrective in an expanding flat. Okay, next one. Let's see Nvidia what is doing. Right, let's move to 22. Nvidia. Yes, it was there. All right, so Nvidia is not dropping so much. It's not dropping so much actually. What is the move? Or is it still closed? I think the market's still closed, right? Yes, it is closed still. I don't know. I mean, Nvidia is still here, like pre-market or something like this. Once this is off, then it start to move. So I expect that Nvidia, it will open like this in somewhere here. So we're gonna have a huge gap. Okay, we're gonna have a huge gap. Hello, Free Minds. Nice to see you, man. So yeah, basically Nvidia might open with a gap, might move down, and yeah, we are already in an impulse. Yeah, so it's already there. We have to be careful. But basically, let me check here. Yeah, I don't see yet a move towards the downside for Nvidia, honestly. Why? I'm gonna explain. So basically, okay, we have potentially top for wave 3 here. Okay, we are in ending diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What we got after it was very, very corrective, and basically it is an ABC for a wave A, ABC for a wave B, and you got the wave C, of course, as an impulse finishing this correction, meaning A, B, and a C finished as a wave 4. Now currently you got even a leading diagonal kind of. Let's move inside it. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, very possible that this is an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me check even much more lower. A, B, C for wave 2. 4 meaning, okay, wave 4 invalidation. Okay, this is because this is your wave 1. A, B, and a C inside it. Okay, it's very choppy, guys, I know, but yeah, we invalidated. Okay, so that is invalidation, meaning, of course, yeah, we're moving down. We're moving down. So anyway, I think it's gonna open already in the low, and that means, of course, it's already a deeper correction here unfolding. But the good thing is that it is still corrective. Okay, guys, it's still corrective. Why? Because, of course, you topped here. This is not an impulse here. It is potentially kind of like W, X, and a Y, guys. It's a 3-wave. So W, X, and a Y for wave B after a wave A. And that means, of course, this can be a complex structure here unfolding, which it can be, of course, an A, and you're looking for a wave B, and now a wave C toward the downside. Yeah. So this is what I think is gonna happen in Nvidia. We're gonna see drop down, guys. Definitely, we're gonna see some drop downs. And what's gonna affect the scenario? Well, it can be a wave 4 deeper. Don't forget, you did not invalidate yet, so we're gonna walk with this scenario till the end, right? Until invalidation, and then we call a bearish scenario. Currently, you're still bullish, guys. You're still potentially in 1, 2, 3. You're looking for a wave 4 and a 5. Yeah, so I'm not convinced yet that we are bearish on Nvidia. What it might happen in a bigger overview, I'm not bearish, meaning what does it mean I'm not bearish? What does it mean is we're not gonna take the low, guys. We're not moving down to take the low again. I don't believe this. I think it can be this scenario, the sideways, A, B, C, D, and an E. And after the wave E, which is the stock market drop down right now, we might explode again in confluence. I always try to find confluence with the stock market, right? So because the stock market is now at the same level, knowing that, okay, Nvidia is a little bit harder to move towards the downside, like the stock market, very volatile, we might see a wave E, and then a running triangle, A, B, C, D, and an E, and then explosion towards the upside again. I'm looking forward for this, actually. I'm gonna looking for an entry at this point. It doesn't matter if it drop a little bit more. I know that the low is not gonna be taken, and it might move for higher. And then because, of course, you see 3 waves, 3 waves, 3 waves, and then 3 waves. Yeah. And then finally 1 more 3 waves and moving towards the upside. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, very zigzags, all of it. It's all zigzag, which is a perfect triangle. All right, so yeah, this is what it might happen for Nvidia. As higher possibility right now, it might be, of course, unfolding as this triangle, okay, which is already inside our analysis here. Cool. Let's move to Tesla. And then Palantir also is very interesting. So we're gonna add Palantir. Actually, I'm start to be interested in Palantir much more than Tesla, guys. I know that you like Tesla, but I don't see it really nice one currently. All right, let's add Palantir. Okay, so Tesla. You know what, guys? The thing is, in the crypto market, for example, I always look for all-time history impulsive charts, because the impulsive charts always give a direction, which it makes the trading much more interesting. and much more healthier. Yeah, so you get less losses, I would say, and much more higher profit. When you have a direction for a chart, which is toward the upside, for example. I don't see this in Tesla. This is a problem. On Tesla, I don't see it because now, of course, if you look at the chart, you see, oh, wow, are you blind? It's toward the upside, right? But yeah, okay, it is to the upside, but not everything you see is just true. You have ABC here, yeah, and it's not an impulse. You reach only exactly the 1-to-1 fib level. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished exactly at the 1-to-1, meaning this is a zigzag. And when you start a chart with a zigzag, meaning it is a corrective wave. And that means this is what you will get later on, and you might of course get one more high, but later on it will drop down again. Yeah, so why? Because once you finish 3 waves up, you will have 3 waves down again. Massive. Yeah, so this is why I seek always for impulses, meaning 5 ways up. Why? Because this becomes fractal. 5 ways up, 3 ways down, 5 ways up, 3 ways down, 5 ways up, continuation. Very simply. And that's why, of course, I'm much more interested in such charts. For Tesla, what it might happen, it's almost the same potential scenario, A, B, C, D, E sideways. In case we're gonna get a move toward the downside, it might be also the W, X, and a Y, by the way. It's a little bit different. Why? Because you have top tier. You have A, B, and a C expanding flat, which is a very low possibility to be a triangle, a start of a triangle in a wave A. Higher possibility to be a W. You finish the X, and you're seeking for a zigzag in a wave Y. The wave Y, right now, this current drop is gonna bring us toward the downside again. Okay. And we're gonna see camel blue, uranium, energy. Okay, what is the abbreviation of this one, bro? Okay, so this is what I'm seeing for Tesla. Potentially, we're moving toward the downside. Of course, it's gonna, once it is open as well, it's gonna open in a huge gap. Of course, it's gonna drop down and moving for lower. Great. Yep. So this is what I see. ABC toward the downside, guys. This is the highest possibility on the lower time frame in our analysis here. Let me check. Let me move inside it. So we were looking at this scenario. Yeah, we were looking for lower anyway. And we were looking for lower. And I believe it's gonna take the invalidation of the bullish because I'm not convinced with this as a wave one. It looks already like 3 ways towards the upside, right? Which is, yeah, suspicious. I see a W, X, and a Y here. Yeah, potentially, or it can be, of course, A, B, and a C finished as an impulse. Yep, and we're moving down. Definitely, we're moving down for Tesla. All right, let's see Palantir. What is uranium, camel blue? What is uranium energy? On Palantir, well, we already finished an impulse anyway. Very nice for Palantir. It has finished the impulse already. How much beautiful is that? Like finishing exactly how it should be. And then, okay, dropping down. I know, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 finished, and then we're moving down. That means, of course, in a bigger view, we are looking at the following scenario right now. Wave 3 finished in the white, and that means you're looking for the wave 4 in the white, as expected before. Very nice chart. 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 4, very clear targets, $79. Okay. It might move to this is a minimum target, guys, and you need the timing. Yeah, so the timing should be inside this blue box. Okay, here we go. We can remove this. Okay, so we need the timing. So that means, of course, we need a zigzag and then continuation toward the upside. Very clear. Target is $79. Robert Anderson, boom, impulse time. Appreciate your work. G was unaware you did a live update. Unaware. No worries, bro. Yeah, I try my best to to keep it on time every day at 2, almost at 2 p.m. European time. So in that case, of course, it would be a preparation for the US as well, you know. But yeah, so I'm trying to keep it on every day at the same time, so you get used to it. And you, yeah, so we'll see how this is gonna work with the channel. Okay, so let's see uranium. Okay, so should I write just uranium? Like uranium? Energy? Which one? Oh, okay. I think this one, yeah. New York, NASDAQ, okay. Okay, let's see this one. Yeah. I think you heard what I just say. I always seek for a really good impulsive chart, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to have a direction, healthy trading, and a good trading. This chart has nothing related to something impulsive, nothing at all. It is very sideways. It is very corrective. It's not healthy to trade. Okay. Obviously, we didn't took the high. All right, and that opens the scenario that you might be in a triangle here. Here we go. Unless you want to have a nuclear war. So A, B, C, yeah, even the wave V here is very long, very horrible. A, B, here is your B potentially, and then wave C toward the downside, okay? I don't see an impulse in this one. Here, there is no impulse. If you are looking for a wave 5, your wave 5 is broken. You couldn't get, of course, an impulse or ending diagonal or something like this. And it's moving down. Okay, so you finish here in potential WXNOY. Zigzag, zigzag, and then final zigzag. Okay, very choppy wave. I don't recommend to trade this one. No financial advice, but yeah, it's not a good chart. Targets is simply it can drop down until the next trend line. Okay, very simple. This is a minimum, by the way. Okay, unless if you want to consider this like 1-2, I don't see it, to be honest, that it is a 1-2. Let's dive inside it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You see, you have, let's say this is your wave 1 here. Okay, let me put this in the center. Let's say this is your wave 1, 2. This is your wave 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, then you're done. An impulse over there. This is your wave A. Okay, extended wave 5, and then your wave B potentially here is WXNOY, finished wave B, and this is your wave C. Yeah, so it can be, or wave Y again. So WXNOY. I don't see any kind of impulse here. No impulse. Okay, it's very corrective. You're looking for lower. On the daily, obviously, you're looking for lower. Yeah, so be careful. If you can, of course, I mean, it's hard to say like it's gonna take the low here, but minimum target is the middle of the chart. You're very sideways. Okay, so if this is your minimum scenario, a running flat, okay, sideways, hit the mid of the chart and then moving to the upside. Yeah, not really nice to see it. Thanks, bro. Love your charting, some of the most accurate. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Very kind, Robert. And always glad that it helps. Yep. So this was for the live stream today. Let me check what happened, just to see if there is a rebound here. Okay, on NASDAQ. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, so this might be the finished wave 3 there. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we still have one leg to see a finished wave 3. Okay, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and then 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, yeah, here we go. We finished wave A in just a few hours, guys. Horrible, yeah? We finished the wave A. We're gonna finish it today. We're gonna finish it today. The wave A is gonna be finished today, guys, potentially, or tomorrow. Yeah, between today and tomorrow. But yeah, and then well, you know, it always starts very, very intense. You know, the things always start very, very red, very fast, very intense. But later on, it start to calm down. Yeah, so you might see, of course, very massive drop, but later on it start to calm down, moving for a wave B and so on for several days, and then moving for a wave C again. It might ends up even in ending diagonal as a signal that the negotiations are going on, right? So this is how psychology start to affect, of course, the chart, guys. We after wave B, we're gonna start to hear negotiations are going on between Europe and so on regarding the tariffs. So we're gonna start to see this has pulled back, this one has put more tariffs and so on, up and downs, to finish, of course, a wave two, and then we got a solution. Boom, explosion toward the upside. All right, so this is the live stream for today. Thank you for being here, everyone. It's nice to see you. I wish you to have a nice trading day and trade safe always. See you.